Hey, this Omar, I'm just on here right quick trying to talk about this Eagles, Eagles and Packers on Sunday night, and what you could really take from what you saw. You know what I'm saying? And Eagles, man, they run game is crazy, man. They run game is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And uh, they defense, it was not really one of their better defensive performances and whatnot, but they run game is just insane. You know what I'm saying? They probably all they running, most of they offensive line probably gonna be graded pretty high because they was just opening up holes and shredding the Packers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just look as a team, you know, third down efficiency, 8 of 15, 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? On third down conversions. Packers was 1 of 7 on third down, and they converted one fourth down. But you look total plays, 79 plays, total plays to 49, 500 total yards to 342, and they both had the ball the same amount of time, 11 drives. So it's like that shit is that shit was crazy, man. I mean, 35 minutes to 24 minutes, you ain't beating nobody. You getting your ass toe up. You know what I'm saying? If you want to feel that long, especially against a team that's bullying your ass with that run game. And so that's what Philly was doing. You know, you clearly see Aaron Rodgers, the thumb injury is definitely playing a part. He don't never turn the ball over like how he turned the ball over this year. But it's one of his worst years. You got to go back some years before he had a season like this where he had turn that many turnovers and shit, especially intercepting the ball. Normally he's like a 3-to-1 type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So if he throw 15 interceptions, 15 interceptions will go to five. No, he throw 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, but normally his interceptions don't even be 5. You feel me? So he might even be a 4-to-1 guy, to be honest. But yeah, yesterday he was 11 of 16, 142 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a pass rate of 95. But yeah, you could just tell. I mean, he's trying to thread it in there, but it's just they couldn't do enough to slow the Eagles down. You feel me? And so that's what was bad, because by the time, like, the fourth quarter came, it was like, we might as well just let them chillax or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And see what Love got. And then Love made that good pass to Watson. 6 and 9, 113. And a touchdown. So it was solid running game, which was crazy. In your head, you thinking, all right. The past two teams that faced Philly, they kind of ran the ball to kind of slowed the game down a little bit. But, Green Bay didn't commit all the way to it. Aaron Jones, he had 12 carries for 43. But, Dylan had 8 for 64 and a touchdown. But they were supposed to run way more than just 21 times. They was really supposed to, like, really say this is the way, especially Aaron Rodgers got the injury on his throwing hand. So you saying let's limit the amount of passes he threw, which they did, but they just wasn't doing much with the running game. You know what I'm saying? Catching the ball, Washington, he's kind of taking away the number one spot from Lazard, because he make more plays with the ball. He caught 4 for 110, the 63-yarder in the fourth quarter from Love. Put him over 100. Aaron Jones, he was doing this thing, as far as catching the ball. He had 3 for 56. That 30-yard was the long. He had a touchdown. But aside from that, it was nobody. Lazard had 2 for 24 and 3 targets. And so that was it. You feel me? Defense, they had 2 sacks and they had 3 QB hits, but the sacks and the hits ain't enough, especially if the team you facing ain't throwing the ball. And so, you go over to Jalen Hurts, and so the only way you gonna beat them is maybe if you see if you could get them to throw the ball more. But if they, you know what I'm saying, they in command of the chains, and if you got to be chasing them for most of the day, most of the time you gonna lose and shit like that because they offense is definitely predicated on being in the lead and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So he was 6 of 28. That was not really good as far as throwing the ball. You know, almost barely at 50% or over 50%. And he had 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he normally that's his game really for the most part between 150 and I want to say between 150 and 225. He don't really go as high as 300 on most days. That's his average, right? But then his money is gonna be running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like he 17, 157, that 42 yarder. I mean, like how once he pull it and cut to the outside, it's like he ain't straight up in running back mode. It's like they literally got a running back playing quarterback. And then Sanders, he had 21 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. And then, Gainwell, he had 8 for 39 and a touchdown. And, Boscott had 3 for 24. So as a team, 363 damn yards, 7.4 average, and 3 touchdowns. Like, you don't see no shit like that. The only time you gonna see shit like that is in college and shit like that, high school, but not no professional. And they said that the last time somebody did that was 1948. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy number to get to. That's what some dudes have throwing the ball. These dudes had running the ball. It's literally like you playing Madden, and right, you got to play that's your money play. You know what I'm saying? And that play just can't nobody fuck with it. You feel me? If expert man play, you could just use a variety of plays. But sometimes you got that bread and butter play where you need a conversion. You just go to that play because yeah, that's money. And that's what it was running the ball last night. It was straight money for their ass. And that was like just damn. If they toting that to your city, well, you gotta come up there in the cold weather, you know what I'm saying, like next month or in January and February, they gonna be a problem, man. They just gotta tighten up the defense because the defense is sweet. You can't do some shit on their defense, as you saw. Green Bay was, it was a 27-20 game at the half. You feel me? But just they couldn't get them off the field. Every time they possessed the ball, it seemed like they scored. You know, so you go down to their defense. They had 3 sacks, 5 QB hits, and stuff like that, and they had 2 interceptions. So they was able to make a play here and there. Well, especially on third downs though. Their defense mainly worked on third down because they only converted one of them. But aside from that, man, like it was like just damn, man, like just like how Michigan did Ohio State on Saturday, man. It was some shit similar to that. Just a thumping. It is how you was saying how the guard Kelsey. Now he ain't the guard, but he the center. And then you see Lane Johnson, he pulling, and they just smacking everybody, putting a hat on somebody every time they ran the ball. They running is yeah, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So, this the new era of the quarterbacks we had since once it was Kaepernick, he started it. Cause now it was, I mean, RG3 and Russell, they ran the ball, but they ain't really run it like this. It was Kaepernick that really started it, where you can give him the ball like a running back. And so once Kaepernick was fading, then LJ came into the league. Now this the new wave. And them back in the day, a couple of years back, if you was a athletic quarterback in college, they would force you to be a wide receiver or a defensive back or tight end. You know what I'm saying? But now, because Kaepernick did create that this wave. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go years prior, they always had mobile quarterbacks like Randall Cunningham and people like that. But like I said, they didn't really make it where they ran the ball and Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really run the ball like how these guys is running. Like how L Jack could try to go get for 100. Hurts, this dude on the screen, he could go for 100. Um, a young boy in Fields in Chicago, he can go for 100. So it's like now they're kind of now as if we go into the future, is going to see this opportunities now that those guys are now going to show. They can work with your accuracy while they're getting the wins, and then hope that your accuracy come later, as opposed to at first they needed your accuracy there off Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was definitely like a thumping, man. That's all I just kept saying, like, damn, man, these this running game gonna be tough, man. So now that's what we gotta wait and see how that shit mesh, right? With those defenses, the 49ers, defenses of the Cowboys and shit like that. See how this run game work against them. But for them to get slowed down, you gonna have to come with your own run game that's gonna take possession and slow the game down. And both those two teams that I named specifically, 49ers and Cowboys, got that potential. So they got a game versus the Cowboys in like a month. So we'll see how that shit shake out. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. All right, thanks for listening.